this is an extremely important issue to me and to everybody in the country. But I represent Minnesota, and on the Iron Range, we have a lot of miners who find themselves working for a long period of time, accumulating a pension, and then they kind of, I guess it's called strategic corporate bankruptcy. This is what they perceive it as, where suddenly a mine will go, the entity that owns the mine will go bankrupt, and they'll default on the pension, and then a few weeks later even, the mine reopens under another corporate entity, and they start working again, completely have lost their pension. It goes to the PBGC. The PBGC gives them 40 cents on the dollar, and they're starting from scratch. And, you know, this, I think, goes to the way pensions are treated in bankruptcy. And what I was kind of wondering is, how can we balance this? How can we prevent this from happening? How can we treat pension programs a little higher up on the order of who gets paid off in a bankruptcy?
I'm really glad that you asked that question, because I think of it as a really important question. As a person who's been on both sides of the issue and been throughout bankruptcy, there's not a formulaic answer. As you know, and I think actually the Constitution provides, bankruptcy priorities are the province of the Congress. And so let me suggest what I think I can do within the current law, and then raise the question about when the current law gets modified. I will tell you that as a person who's been on the other side of the table from the PBGC, they represent retiree interests, the agency's interests in bankruptcy, very competently. They use the tools they have. Most people in business would not admit it, but they respect and are a little nervous because the staff of the PBGC is so good that they can't pull things over on them in most cases. I would view my job, if you confirm me to be the director of the PBGC, to make sure that that continues, that it's enhanced, that all of the current authority that they have, because it'll have two effects. One is it will reduce the deficit, and two is it will make people think 3 times before they pull shenanigans like the ones that you described. If and when the Congress is willing to consider a revision to the bankruptcy priorities and the tools that the agency has in bankruptcy, if you confirm me, I would love to come back and discuss where in bankruptcy priority retirees and the PBGC ought to be. That's a discussion which I would love to have.